Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here. Today we're talking about the Game Awards because as I upload this video, the Game Awards actually starts here in about 6 hours. I'm going to be live stream reacting to it, so if you like that kind of thing, be sure to like and subscribe. But right before the Game Awards, every single year, there are a ton of leaks, stuff where it just accidentally slips out. And even this morning, we're actually having quite a bit. 007, the next 007 game, accidentally posted their trailer with the new villain a little bit early. Tons of stuff about a brand new Tomb Raider game, including a trailer for that is leaked. We're going to look at that. And some stuff about Witcher, some stuff about maybe Half-Life, some stuff about Final Fantasy. Let's take a look at all these leaks, because even it sounds like PlayStation is accidentally having some stuff slip out. I think it's going to be a good time. I love looking at leaks a bit before the showtime, but let's begin. Hi, hope you're having a great day. Like the video, subscribe. You guys rock. Now, let's begin. If you ever go over to the Gaming Leaks and Rumour subreddit, I love this because a lot of times some very legit leaks get posted here. A lot of times this is a bunch of people that are very hungry to find all the coolest info a little bit before we're supposed to know it. And here's the funny thing, possible leaked trailer or a montage footage of a new Tomb Raider game. To be honest, to me, it seems like a video taken from a website rather than a proper trailer. Probably a montage would be a better name for it. So it got taken down. Somebody did manage to find it, but it is actually funny. There is a lot of stuff here. I want to show you the box art as well. Even the box art for this game is actually leaked here. Legacy of Atlantis. It looks like old school Tomb Raider. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about the fact that old school Tomb Raider is kind of coming back. But here's what's extra crazy. We're going to watch this trailer leaked. This trailer muted because honestly, a lot of these leaked trailers have a lot of copyrighted music in it. But it's kind of trippy. A lot of people are saying it's very evocative of those early Tomb Raider games. I'm a big fan, especially of Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 and Lost Legacy, right? To me, this very much looks like that era. Very heavy puzzles. Honestly, the graphics are way better than those old school games, but I always liked the fact that there was almost like a heavy physicality. The dual pistols, the dinosaur that's at the end of the original game. This, to me, a lot of people are saying this almost looks like a remake of the original game. And I have to agree, about 50% of these story beats are from the original game. Now, some people are a bit annoyed. I mean, honestly, I think these screenshots look fantastic. It looks like a remake of the first game. Some people are upset because we already have a remake. Tomb Raider Anniversary is very good as well. So a lot of people are basically saying, look, it does kind of feel weird that gaming has been around so long and we're so remake heavy. At this point, we're getting remakes of remakes. But look, I'll admit it, I'm a big Tomb Raider fan. I love the Tomb Raider collections we got last year. If they're making it again and it's even better, I mean, I'm a fanboy. I'm going to love it. But here's the next leak trailer. The 007 Twitter account jumps the gun and posts a trailer announcing the First Light villain. It's Lenny Kravitz. Yes, it's absolutely real. Lenny Kravitz, what the hell? I want to get a Milky Way. It's super bizarre. This is absolutely real. I can't believe it. They posted it themselves. I'll be honest, this game looks fantastic. But, okay, so the trailer is basically just the new villain talking trash and being like, I'm totally going to take you out. But to me, it's wild that it's Lenny Kravitz. Now, obviously, this game is supposed to be a prequel. It's supposed to be like the first main mission of 007. This game looks absolutely fantastic. And this is by the makers of Hitman. And Hitman has done some very crazy crossovers, right? Hitman has put Eminem and Jean-Claude Van Damme and everything else into Hitman. So it kind of makes sense that they would sort of lean into that. But now we're going to go into stuff that's more text-based leaks. People that have a very good track record have been talking about the fact that it sounds like the Game Awards is trying to be more about those big announcements. I do think that one of my big problems with the Game Awards every single year is that it's like 3 hours long, sometimes close to 4 hours long. And a lot of times you get like 5 good announcements and then like 200 mid or straight up bad announcements. You know, here's another trailer for Game Pass. Here's crappy DLC and stuff. It sounds like PlayStation is actually going to reveal a new game. And here's the thing. There have been a lot of talks about this mysterious Cory Barlog project. Cory Barlog obviously worked with God of War for a long time. He directed God of War 2018. People have said they've seen him going around Peacock Theater, which is where they're having the Game Awards. Now, to keep in mind, This could just be nothing, right? Gabe Newell's yacht was actually spotted in California a while back. There's a lot of times where sometimes these big giant game developers, they just like to be in the audience. They're not necessarily making an announcement. They don't physically have to be there and say, here's the game. But I do see it as a good sign that multiple leakers like Shinobi, who has a very good track record, said, in this thread, Shinobi responds to a guy about a potential PlayStation announcement tomorrow, aside from the ones we know. Sorry I couldn't copy-paste because the formatting was weird. Here's the leak. Basically, this has to be Cory Balrog's game. Everybody is like, Cory Balrog's game. Cory Balrog has essentially hinted that it is a new IP, but we don't know more than that. It is Sony Santa Monica. It does sound like, to a heavy degree, it is the God of War 2018 team, but doing something completely different. That to me is so enticing. I guess I've been at big space where my two big complaints about PlayStation is not enough games just in general. When PlayStation does release a game, it sells great, it sells consoles, it wins awards and stuff, but I guess my thing is they release so few of them. And also, I like new IP. I like new game series. I like new ideas. You know, I think that's part of the reason I like Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yote is that there's something actually new. It's not just 8 billion sequels and remakes, right? I hope this is something radically different, something that is truly Cory to the core, right? I mean, Cory's in the house. Now, here's one that's a bit interesting, which is that, you guys know this, my two favorite things in the entire universe are Final Fantasy and Resident Evil. Now, every year, one of the ways we can tell when they're about to make an announcement is that there are these unlisted playlists. Essentially, in Square Enix YouTube channel, they make a playlist of like all the Final Fantasy trailers. But sometimes, right before a big press event, you'll see trailers get added to the playlist, but they're hidden. You can't see what they are. It just says unlisted video, right? Or privated video. The Final Fantasy playlist has trailers for Square Enix, has 2 unlisted videos, and was updated today. If you scroll down, they're private. Trailers come from the TGA. Now, a lot of people are thinking that it's probably the Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, or something like a Final Fantasy XIV update. Now, to me, one of the things that has a bunch of leaks, a bunch of rumblings, is still about that Final Fantasy IX Remake. To me, it makes the most sense that they would show it here. This year is the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX is so fantastic, but there is a lot of talks that the Final Fantasy IX remake is much lower budget by design. They're basically taking the original game and just updating the graphics and adding in voice acting. Still turn-based combat, still the big hands, cool, expressive, sort of chippy style character models. They're basically remaking it. It is the same game, all one package. It's not broken up into parts. I'm very curious about the Final Fantasy IX remake because I'm a big believer that Final Fantasy IX is one of the very best Final Fantasies, and to me, this makes the most sense. Like, Square Enix has kind of talked about the fact that Final Fantasy hasn't been selling as well as they want. I feel like now when they do stuff, they want to shout it with the biggest microphone possible. And even if you hate the Game Awards, I mean, this thing gets tens of millions of views every single year. The Game Awards is one of the biggest things in the world, in the entire gaming space. It makes sense that if you're going to shout it anywhere, this is the place to get the bang for your buck. Now, here's the last leak I wanted to talk about. Because to me, it's one that there have been rumblings about it, and I'm super curious about what form it'll take. Multiple people have said that they're releasing a new DLC for Witcher 3. Yes, not Witcher 4, Witcher 3. Now, other people have said that essentially the plan for this is, now that we have the Witcher next gen patch, like obviously the Witcher 3 now actually is on PlayStation 5. It looks great. It runs great. There has been talks about maybe something roughly the size of Blood and Wine, which is the biggest DLC. There is talks that they wanted to have something that sort of bridges the gap storyline-wise from Witcher 3 to Witcher 4. And they've had a B team working on it for like the last 2 years. This to me would be incredibly interesting. Just in general, CD Projekt Red is so good about long-term development, and I kind of like the idea that something CD Projekt Red does maybe more than any other studio is they really let their team just kind of revel in it, right? They let their team, hey, you have an idea, run with it, finish that idea, polish it up, make it fantastic. And this does sound like a lot of people that are working at the studio wanted to make something new with the Witcher 3 toolkit, and they're absolutely doing it. If this is real, the talk is that it's also going to be coming with the Nintendo Switch 2 update. This to me would be absolutely epic. Honestly, I have high hopes for this year's The Game Awards, and I feel like that's the worst way to go in. I feel like with The Game Awards, you should go in with zero expectations and be pleasantly surprised if it's just a gently wet fart. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. What game do you want to see most? And why is it Final Fantasy IX? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.